Okay, I'm going to begin with some deep breaths here. Okay, welcome back. Today we'll talk about the sun salutation, the poses, what it's used for, different ways you can incorporate it into your practice. And this pose and this series of postures is a foundational element of most yoga classes that you might find at a yoga studio, vinyasa, maybe even gyms will use the sun salutation to connect poses. This is a very normal way to start the day, which is why it's called sun salutation. Doing these series of poses in the morning to bring some energy into your body, oxygen to the tissues, and a little bit of focus and clear head, hopefully, if you execute this practice in the morning. But on that note, for this posture, for this series, you might need some blocks, but if not, you don't need any sort of props or tools. Just your body will be enough for this. The props would just help, and I'll incorporate them as well. So if you need them or you see the use of them and it might benefit you in your practice, please feel free to pause and get reset with something that could be used as a yoga prop or block, and then restart. But from there, we'll go ahead and start the practice. So for sun salutation, you start standing. I'll be demonstrating these poses, walking you through with my voice, and then we'll go through just a couple series of me just demoing the poses. Maybe you try your speed or modifications. But for now, let's get started standing. So you'll find a comfortable standing position with the feet hip width distance apart or so. And then a little bit of a micro bend in the knees. Give yourself some room here, not locking out the legs. So we want to keep the knees soft. All right. So this is our mountain pose. All 10 toes, maybe you bring them up and then place them down one by one. Maybe a little rock forwards and backwards. Get the wiggles out. Roll the shoulder blades up towards the ears and then down the back. This is mountain pose. Breathing here. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. This is upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. You release the hands down to the earth. You can have a bend in the knees here to create some room if you can't reach the ground just yet. That's okay. We're working towards that. So bring some knee bend in there. Get yourself comfortable. Inhale into a half lift. We come into a half lift, which is flat back, palms on shins or thighs. Shoulder blades pull back, the chin's in line. And then we exhale, forward fold, release it down once again. Inhale, sweep it up. Upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right, so that was not the full sun salutation. We're going to do that now. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, hands on shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. You can also modify. Knees down, modified plank. Lower all the way down. You can bring the hands to the rib cage, elbows pull back, tops of the feet are rooted. Inhale, heart peels off, legs are off, feet are stable, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. This is like an upside down V.
Hands are planted into the mat in front of the shoulders. Head is loose, hanging down. Feet firmly planted, trying to root the heels towards the earth. And then the tailbone's lifting up towards the sky. This is downward facing dog. Travel to your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, upward salute. Fingertips and gaze. Exhale, palms can come back through, heart center, back into our mountain pose. Nice. So let's try that from different angles. I'll just keep talking you through it, offering modifications, offering different things that you can do to make things easier. I'll incorporate the blocks this round. So if you have blocks and you're interested in trying that out, let's go for it. All right. Starting once again. So this will be, I'll talk you more through of the alignment this round. So mountain pose, upward salute, forward fold, half lift, high plank, or modified plank, lowering down to the belly, going into upward facing dog, palms by the rib cage, tops of the feet rooted. Inhale, peel the body up off of the earth. That's our upward facing dog. Knees are off the earth. If we're not there yet, this is also an option. Cobra. And then tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Hands to feet, feet to hands, forward fold. Half lift, fold. Root to rise, upward salute. Palms back down to heart center. Bringing it through, mountain pose. There we go. All right, let's go through it. We're gonna just go through, I'm just gonna walk you through it, keep going through it. Let's keep trying. If we're not in the high plank yet, that's okay. Do the modified knees down. I'll show you this variation with the baby cobra and also cobra, because upward facing dog, yes, it's the pose in the Sun Salutation A, but it does require, or it does kind of need to be built up to. So if you're finding that it's hard to get your kneecaps off the mat, off the floor, the legs are, you're feeling like you're crunching in the lower back too much, don't worry, that's okay. We'll just go to cobra or baby cobra, which is a great substitution. So I'll show you that here. All right, mountain pose. Upward salute. Forward fold, half lift, plant the hands, step back, high plank, or modified, lowering all the way down to the belly. This is our cobra version. Bring the feet down to the mat, palms come near the rib cage. We're rooted here, and then inhale, just gently lift the chest off of the mat. This is called baby cobra. Elbows are pulling towards the ribcage and spine. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up high. Meet me in downward facing dog. Hands to feet, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, upward salute, fingertips and gaze. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step back, high plank, lower it all the way down to the belly. Inhale for baby cobra, heart lifts. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Two breaths here. Hands to feet, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, high plank, modified plank, lowering down. Here's gonna be the full cobra, not the baby cobra. Hands come still to the rib cage, tops of the feet and thighs are rooted. Inhale, heartless, we're lifting up just a bit more. This is that full cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips high, meeting me in downward facing dog. You can pedal it out here. Lean into one side or the other, maybe stretch the hamstrings. See what feels good in this downward facing dog. Maybe clear the dog hair off of your yoga mat. Hop, step, float, top of the space, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, upward salute, fingertips and gaze. This is our upward salute. Exhale, palms come down, forward fold, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Palms are underneath the shoulders, fingertips are spread wide here. The feet are about hip width distance apart. Shoulder blades pull down and back. Stable high plank here, breathing here. Don't hold the breath. And then pull those elbows in towards the body, lowering all the way down to the belly. Inhale, heart lifts. Upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog here. Feet to hands, hands to feet. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, upward salute, fingertips and gaze. Exhale, palms through, heart center, back into that mountain pose. Find that stable mountain pose with both feet hip width distance apart. Find that bend in your knees, roll the shoulder blades up towards the ears and then down the back. Take a few breaths here. Palms are just relaxed, arms down by your side. The crown, the top of the head, is lifting lightly up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. In this mountain pose, one of my spiritual teachers, she likes to say, not only knowing where you stand, but what you stand for. After that energy we just created on the mat, the high planks, the lows, maybe the little bit of sweat that we have going on, I do. We come back upright to mountain pose, to this power pose. And you feel that energy that you've just created. You feel what you've overcome or met with yourself about your understanding of your body. And maybe you just feel from the feet all the way up to the crown, just an energetic life force in your body. Breathing here. In gratitude. Thank you.